This team is going to take on the identity of this city, all right? And this city's been down, and it found a way to get up, all right? It's found a way to overcome adversity, all right? And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up, and then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right, and on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
This is about to get lit, folks. Folks! Detroit Lions, Matthew Stafford fans versus Matthew Stafford haters. You got real fans versus other real fans. This is going to be a crazy one. This is going to be a dual threat. Not talking quarterback, folks. We're talking about Mark Orm from Orm's Forum, Gridiron Blitz. Total polar opposites. This is going to be ridiculous. A debate show. If you got questions throughout this bad boy, let us know with the hashtag lines. If I miss it, that's okay. I'm going to mediate this bad boy, and there's going to be missing times because these guys are going at it. We got 31 in the building. Smash those likes. Let's get the 31 likes. Let's start this bad boy out right now. We're going to introduce the first contestant all the way from Detroit City. He's got a hairline that's not a 5-head. His name is the Gridiron Blitz. What's going on, Grid?
What's up, Mike? Appreciate you joining today, man, and help moderate this thing, man. I appreciate it.
We got TA, also known as Raw Detroit. He's kind of like a me today. What's going on, Raw?
What's going on, baby? We're going to keep it raw tonight, baby.
Yeah, man, we're talking about Spike Kool-Aid. We got the man from the Canadian side. He's got a different viewpoint than the Grid, a different viewpoint than probably half of the guys in the chat right now. His name is Mr. Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. What's up, Mark?
Hey, guys. How's it going? Thanks for having me on here, man. It's going to be some fun. Let's do it.
Okay, so we got 2 sides of the coin. This show is Stafford fans versus non-Stafford fans. We got the Gridiron Blitz, who not too happy with the state. He don't get it. He's not a Stafford lover. Right now, he wants them to lose. Then you got Mark Orm from Orm's Forum, who thinks Stafford's his son. He loves this guy. He wants to see this guy to win 10 Super Bowls. He wants to feed him bottles, everything. We're going to get into it right now. We're going to start with the Gridiron Blitz. Tell me why you feel the way you feel.
Well, everybody who watches my content, everybody who watches my live streams, they know that my issue with the Matthew Stafford situation. It is 15% Matthew. It is 85% media. And what I found out is that it seems like the Lions fan base is split in the same kind of 75-25. This guy doesn't play for our team anymore. And the thing that I hear all the time is he did this, he did that. We couldn't build his team. We couldn't build enough for him to win. My thing is, why are we rooting for a guy who no longer plays for our team? Forget draft pick. I'm going to keep it real. I don't care nothing about the draft pick. This guy doesn't play for my team anymore. What he did is what he did. What he's doing is what he's doing. So for me, I don't understand the how people are just so concerned about what he's doing and they're rooting for him. Mike, fellas, I saw people jumping up and down as if the Lions were in the playoffs, or as if the Lions were in the Super Bowl. I don't understand it. Now I'm that type of dude, man. I don't root for the ex-wife. I don't root for the ex-girlfriend. I wish I would, but I'm not going to do that. So for me, Stafford left when he left. This guy wanted out of here. Okay. We gave him where he wanted to go. All right. He was the highest paid player in the league in 2016. He could have left then. He chose to stay here. All this stuff about Stafford, we didn't do enough. I got an issue with that, man. Now, I'm not going to say that you're not a real Lions fan or a true Lions fan. I just don't understand how you can be devoted to a guy that doesn't play for your team anymore. That's just the first point, man.
Let me know in the comment section, you guys for Stafford, against Stafford. I want to see what you guys think right now. We got 35 in the building. Simple. 4 with the number 4, or against, just put A. It's real simple. We don't have to do a whole lot. I want to see what you guys think. Now we got Mark Warren from Warren's Forum. Tell me why you root for Stafford and you think he is your son.
Hey,
You're not gonna let that down, Mark. It's
okay,
gonna be
man.
around.
That's okay, man. I'm looking for royalty checks as we speak. Hey, 12 years he was with this organization, and I fought tooth and nail, telling people that he was a good enough quarterback to win. 12 years, man. And we gave him that big contract in 2016. He could have left. He chose to stay. I think he wanted to really win here. 1 year removed, and this guy is doing things in LA that everybody in the fan base, at about, like Grid says, 75-25. I think it's more of a 50-50, but Twitter is actually a little bit more for Stafford.
Absolutely.
I will admit that. You go to Facebook, it's a whole different story, I think. But whatever. It's a guy that left here 1 year removed, and he's doing things that everybody said he couldn't do. Everything. Won like 12 games as a Ram. I don't think he ever did that in Detroit. MVP talks. He won't win it, but he's in the conversation. What else did he do, man? He's getting his first 2 playoff wins under his belt. Someone that said that he could never do it, and all we do is move the goalposts. All this fan base does is move the goalposts. Well, he only dropped back 17 times last week. Let's see him do that against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, he dropped back 38 times, and he won a game too. And it wasn't just him winning. That Rams team yesterday was almost like watching a Detroit Lions game. They got a lead, and they melted down in the second half. Tampa Bay caught right back up to them. Fumble on the ball. Cooper Kupp with a very rare fumble. Cam Akers with 2 big fumbles. The snap that Stafford wasn't ready for. I don't know whose fault that was. I don't know if it was the center or if it was Matt Stafford. It looked like I couldn't really tell. And then he did what he did that he did here for 12 years. And 40 seconds to go in that game, and he needed a couple big throws to get in field goal range, and Matthew Stafford does it again. He, with a big ball to Cooper Kupp, 30-something yards, 40-something yards in the air. It was reminiscent of that Dallas Cowboys game. Get everybody back, snap the ball down, they kick the game-winning field goal. And now they're just talking about it now because he's in sunny LA. He was nothing here to nobody. And that's what really bugs me. That's my gripe, is that he was doing the same things here that he's doing in LA. There's nothing different. He's going to throw those picks. He's going to throw a bunch of touchdowns too, and he's going to win you football games. My whole thing is that I am going for Matthew Stafford, the player, the person. I'm not a Rams fan by any stretch. So let's get that out of the way. I am not a Rams fan. I like Matt Stafford, and I am taking it almost up like personal because I have fought tooth and nail for number 9 for 13 years. I've told people he's a good quarterback, and he is. We should have won with him. My gripes with the organization, big time. We should have won with him. We should have at least won a couple playoff games with this man, and we just couldn't. We can never retain players. Like, we would get a team, all of a sudden they get blown up. And that's what happened in 2014. We were starting to get a really good team by 2012, 2013. Started on, and then all of a sudden we lost against Dallas, and it blew up. Sue left. People were retiring. People were going elsewhere. And this organization can never build around him. It can never stay consistent. It was like 1 year, you got to win it all, Matt. And then boom, gone.
All right, Mark. I'm sorry, man. Listen, I know T8.
I went too long.
No, you went perfectly. I'm sorry, man. That's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. You could have went as long as you wanted, man. That's not what it was. Because I got him. The gift of gab is my thing. That's my superpower. So I'm not. Listen, I want to bring in, Mike. I don't know if you can. I'm gonna bring in this stream, and I'm gonna tell y'all what my problem is. Okay, and I got an issue with this, man. I do. I think I gotta unmute it though. So let me unmute this tab. And let's hear Sean. Let's hear this victory speech from Matthew Stafford, man. Let's make it full screen.
Guys, real quick, we talk about overcoming stuff. You guys put yourself in a position to take the lead. but you talk about resilience. Yes, guys staying together, continuing the battle, finding a way through adversity. Hosting the NFC Championship next week at our place. We know we got some things to clean up, man. But this epitomizes how you guys stay mentally tough. This is everything right here for the team. You guys were a huge part of it. But a guy that just stepped up, time in and time out, made the plays we had to have it in crunch time, Matthew Stafford. Team effort right there. I love going to battle with you guys, man. And let's go get this thing done. Yes, let's go. Rams on 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right. So now let me throw up in my mouth. Here's my thing, bro. I'm serious, man. This is my thing with Matthew Stafford. You have the power. You had the power this whole time. We've seen people. We've seen all type of quarterbacks. Tom Brady. Okay. You chose to stay here. We don't know if he didn't open his mouth, but I've always said from 2019, I wanted Stafford to be more vocal, where we could see that he was being vocal, chewing somebody out on the sideline. All right. Saying, listen, don't fire Coach Caldwell. Okay. They let him pick where he wanted to go. So he obviously had some type of pull. So when he decided to be the highest paid player in the league, I'm trying to say that 3 times fast, he could have said, hey, I want this guy. Build a team around me. Okay. Forget making me the highest paid player in the league. I said it. Okay. Bring a team around me. He gets to LA and he is just my thing is this. Stafford is not the city. He's not anymore. He's gone. He is out of here. Okay. He's in La La Land. He is, bubbles and rainbows, sun beaches, all of that stuff. He's no longer here. Okay. I don't care what he did. I don't know him. He never won. He never brought us a championship. I'm not going to follow this man, Mark. This is not toward you. No, I'm not going to follow this man and cheer for him. He's not on my team anymore. I don't understand. It's almost like we know him. It's almost like he's part of the family. He's not. He doesn't know you from anybody else, but he's part of the family. And we're going to root for his success and say, you can do it, number 9. We're so proud of you. We weren't screaming at him when he was here. We weren't screaming. He should have been vocal. Don't fire Jim Caldwell. Build me a team. Okay. That's my thing with Matthew Stafford. The narrative painted around him from the moment he was traded. Mark, he gets traded. He is now tied with Lamar Jackson. There's no reason for that. There's none. He's here. He's a dark horse candidate for MVP. They had this man MVP before he. Now, remember, Mark, this is the same media that dumped on him, man. So, like I said, it's 75, it's 85% narrative. It's 15% Stafford. I know he wanted to win here, but I feel like he could have done more. And now he was turning down interviews. He was never in front of the camera. Now he can't get enough. I got a problem with that, man. I feel like where he's at now is where he always wanted to be. That's just how I feel. And I'm not going to follow this man and he doesn't do anything for his success. Doesn't make me happy. I got a huge problem, man, with this.
You know what I don't have a huge problem with? Steelers Nation Australia, young YouTuber Australia. Had a conversation with him yesterday. Great guy. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Absolutely awesome. I'm going to have him on the channel. We also got Antonio Hightower. Where are you with the Stafford? I'm Stafford's, boyfriend, or are you like, I don't want nothing to do with Stafford? Where are you at with the Stafford level of hate and love? 1 to 10. 1 being you can't stand this dude, 10 being you want to marry him.
I mean, I guess a 6. I've been kind of in the middle of this whole Stafford hate or Stafford love debate. Although personally, I root for the Rams. Although mostly because they have Aaron Donald, who's my favorite player. So I've always been rooting for the Rams already. I've been kind of in the middle. I kind of understand some people's hate about him. I understand what Grit's saying. Now, there's some other people who just like, you go on Twitter sometimes, and I seen it. I was looking earlier on accident. I just scrolling, and man, it is some irrational hate on there. That's some irrational love. I never understood that.
Which one is more? Which one is more, Darren? I mean, I'm sorry, Tone. Which one is more, love or hate? Irrational.
Irrationally, I say hate. Because I see a lot of people who will just hate Stafford no matter what he do. Some people, it's just like the irrational hate. I think there's more rational hate. And in terms of hate versus love, maybe 50-50 at this point, might be more love than hate. But from an irrational standpoint, I'd probably say hate, because there's a lot of people who just hate Stafford.
I just got to clarify something. I don't hate Stafford. I want to make that very clear. I said yesterday he was going to bring this team back. I said if anybody gave him his roses, if there's anybody that can do this, it would be him, and he didn't disappoint. So I don't hate the man. I just want to make that clear. I do not hate him. This is more about my city and the dark cloud that is on it. And it's beyond the Ford organization. It goes well beyond the city of Detroit. A lot of y'all don't think I live in Detroit. I live just outside of it. I spent most of my entire life in the city. I might not talk all ghetto and slang or however you think I should talk, but I have grown, born and raised, baby. Greenfield, West Chicago. I am the city. So I don't hate the man by any stretch of the imagination, but my loyalty is for my team. That's it. That's this. I'm sorry, Tone. I wanted to clear that out. I do not hate Matthew Stafford.
We're going to go to TA here from Raw Detroit, then we'll go back to Mark while this bad boy gets hot up. Where are you on the lines of the Stafford? 1 being, again, you can't stand this dude. 10 being, you want to be married to this guy.
Mike's still trying to get somebody married, bro. Come on, man.
No, I'm not trying to marry Matthew Stafford. Like, okay,
marry anyone.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna have to say no number when it comes to me. I'm gonna tell you where my loyalty lies with. My loyalty would lie with the team over Stafford. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is that why my loyalty, because he didn't do it here. You know, the main thing is that how can I go and celebrate a man that didn't do it here? He didn't win anything here, but now I'm going to go parade him once he gets to LA. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because it's all about Detroit having that opportunity to win. If he couldn't win here, he was here for 12 seasons. Why would I go and celebrate a guy that's not even on my team? Now, this is not saying that I don't care about Matthew Stafford because, hey, apparently I'm watching football and I'm seeing what he's doing and he's doing something phenomenal. I'll give that to him. But at the same time, I wanted him to do that here. Why couldn't he lead us to the promised land? Why couldn't he, get us in a direction? And some people say, well, he didn't have the players, and I disagree with that. He's had Golden Tate. He's had Calvin Johnson, that 2014 team. A lot of people know that probably was a team that could have probably did some damage that year. But when it comes down to it, my loyalty is going to lie with the Detroit Lions over Matthew Stafford. It's just, it just is what it is because I want him to do that here. I want to celebrate. We want to celebrate that as a fandom in Detroit. We want to win a Super Bowl in Detroit. Can you imagine if Matthew Stafford was able to do that here? So I'm not going to knock the people that do celebrate Stafford. But for me, my loyalty is wanting to see the Detroit Lions ultimately win a championship and the city of Detroit erupt.
We got 84 in the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button. The more likes we get, the more chance that this stream gets put out there. Also, let me know in the comment section, 1 to 10 from the Stafford hate-o-meter. Again, 1 being you can't stand this dude, 10 you want to get married. Let me know in the comment section where you guys lie on the Stafford-o-meter. Mark Orem.
Yes.
This has been talked about as well. The Detroit Lions never gave him enough weapons. He didn't succeed because we didn't have a running game. The franchise failed him because he had nothing. It was just Stafford. What do you say to that?
Well, obviously, a lot of that's BS because he had the weapons here. The weapons were here. Maybe never really had a really full tight end. He only got to work with Hawk for a couple of years. Ebron was, we all know about Eric Ebron, but he had the wide receivers. There was no, we had Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate. He had Nate Burleson early in his career, Marvin Jones, Danny Amendola. The weapons were here. The running game was never here. The running game was never here as a quarterback. And everybody likes to say, well, that's the reflection off the quarterback. Well, yes and no. When constant defenses are constantly gauging on your offensive aerial attack, you should be able to kind of have a running game. We just never really did for some reason. O-line was, it was middle of the pack. We had some good ones, some bad ones. I'm not going to really complain about that. Defense, we had one great defense in 12 years he was here. And this is not about just completely surrounding Matt Stafford with every single all-pro that you can. It's not about that. This is an organizational thing. I always go back to the organization. They didn't do enough You know, we are literally witnessing what we should have been witnessing in 12 years yesterday. We should have won with him. We should have. They should have built around him better. They didn't. They had bad hires. Bad coaching, front office people, GMs that screwed up, drafting tight ends in the first round. That's not the way you build teams. That's not the way, and it's not only just building around Stafford. They didn't build around Sue. They didn't build around Calvin enough. They didn't do it. They didn't do it enough. And we are witnessing right now what is going on with him 1 year removed. That's what really gets me. 1 year. We are 1 year removed from him. This is not like 3-4 years down the road where he gets acclimated into a system and all of a sudden he's good again. No, this is 1 year. And he is one game away from the Super Bowl. That drives me insane. I'm happy for Stafford because I'm a Stafford guy, but I am so mad at the organization for this. And Brad Holmes should literally have a screensaver of Matt Stafford right now winning games, like walking off the field with his hand in the air. And I'm not blaming Brad Holmes, but he should be taking this personal. This is a black eye on the organization. This is a kick in the junk like I've never witnessed. They should be very, very upset that he has gone on to success like he has. He's one game away from a Super Bowl, guys. That bothers me as a fan. I'm happy for Matt, but I'm also very PO'd about it. It really does bother me because I am a Lions fan through thick and thin. I always will be. This organization needs to step up, and they really, really need to do something about this because this is like, I don't want to say this is blown up in their faces, but it kind of has, because I don't think they thought he was going to go this far. I'll tell you right now, I don't think they thought that he was going to be one game away from the Super Bowl. So
that's Mark, I think they made the right decision anyway, because I think they made for the longevity of the team. But like I'm saying, man, my thing about this is I literally want to throw up, man. I get sick to my stomach seeing these guys. To me, and I keep using this analogy. About an ex-wife. Okay, the ex-wife. Hey, baby, what could I do better? I don't know. You did nothing. You're doing everything right. Stafford, you have a voice. Say something. Okay, say something. You don't want Jim Caldwell fired? Say something. Okay, because if you ask me, that's when he checked out. So say something. But no, hey, okay, everything's good. Next thing you know, you get a subpoena. What's happening? Am I going to court? Oh wow, she wants a divorce. Wait, what happened? But you didn't have no problem spending that credit card money though, did you? You ain't had no problem taking that check, that highest paid player in the league. You ain't had no problem doing that though, did you? You ain't had no problem when Calvin Johnson retired. You ain't had no problem during that time. So it's not about his ability versus he can't win the big one. We already see this dude. He is talented. I understand that. But I just don't like, it's a dark cloud on the city. And yes, that is the Fords organization. But Stafford is not the same guy. He's not the same guy. And if you ask me, he never wanted to be here because Dan Marino retired. He retired a Dolphin, never won nothing.
He was here for 12 years, though, Grid. 12 years, bro. He was here for 12 years.
He was here for 12. I get you, Mark. He was. But in those 12 years, did he make any noise? This is Matthew Stafford. We didn't hear nothing. On the sideline, say something. Because we as fans, we do it right, Mark. So we make noise.
I know.
Stafford, make some noise. You have a voice. You are the leader of this team. Make some noise. Get who you want here. They give quarterbacks all the control in the NFL. If you want a team, go get it. But now you're in LA. You're doing photo shoots. You're everywhere. And I just don't like the narrative that is painted about Matthew Stafford. You can see the hate for Detroit when you see a guy getting traded, and now he's the bee's knees. When those same people, everybody but Dan Orlovsky, really, really did not like Matthew Stafford. It was Stafford. And now everybody's, the minute he gets traded, oh, God, he got out of there. He's not in Detroit anymore. So that's my issue, man. For me, my loyalty is with my team. He's no longer here. And to see a man jumping around, when I went to LA to see the game, I saw more Stafford jerseys in Honolulu blue than I did in gold and blue. It was just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Like, seriously, man. For me, I take it like that. I'm not a fanatic. I'll just say this, Mark. I'm not a fanatic because I'm not going to start fighting you. I'm not gonna go and I'm not gonna do none of that stuff.
I know
But
that.
I no, not you, but I'm just saying I'm not a fanatic, but I am loyal, man. I'm the dude that stays with the team. I either walk away from the game or I walk away or I stick with the team. Like, I'm not going to find another team. I'm not going to root for another man, a man that used to play for my team. It's not even Barry Sanders, bro. I'm not going to do it. That's what makes us fans. That's what makes us who we are. We can't root for another man's success because he's no longer. That's just how I feel. And that's just my take, man.
What do you say, Mark, to the people that says you should be rooting for Matthew Stafford to win, even if it hurts the Detroit Lions?
I should
be rooting for
him?
Matthew Stafford because it hurts our draft pick. It does. What do you say to those people? And then after that, I'll go to Grid. What do you say to the people that says you're not a Lions fan if you're not celebrating Stafford winning? So go ahead, go to Mark first.
One, I think, root who you want to root for one. Don't let anybody tell you anything differently, okay? For one, if you want to root for Matt Stafford and the Rams, go ahead. Like, that doesn't bother me. It does affect our draft pick, okay? And about that draft pick, I forgot about that draft pick pretty much as soon as he became a Ram, because we all knew that this was going to be a late 20s pick. We all mid-20, late 20. We all knew this. We all knew this going in. We had a chance against Arizona. Maybe if they would have lost to Arizona, the LA Rams, it would have been a 23. And then with the Tampa, it could have went up to 26 with the Green Bay loss and all that stuff. It never happened. So we all. It's not where you pick. It's who you pick for that. It does affect us for sure. Like, I'm not going to say that you're not a fan because you want the Rams to win and you're going for Matt Stafford. No, man, because that's just not the way it is. That's not a reality. Like, I'll always be loyal to my football team, but I forgot about that pick as soon as that trade went down. So that's not even a big deal. I trust in Brad Holmes. I don't care if we're picking 10 or 32. I really don't. And it just has to. This is all going to work out. This is all going to play out in the end. I'm
going to take that. I'm actually going to throw this one to TA because we've talked about this on the side. Explain to the people the importance of having a draft pick earlier than later. Raw Detroit.
The reason, when it comes down to the draft, the reason why you want to kind of get picks early, because if you're the Detroit Lions, you want to get better. And that's ultimately what you want to do in the draft. You want to get better. So you want to be able to get premium talent in the draft. Now that you're down at the bottom, it's not saying that you still can't get that premium talent. It's not saying that, but some of the guys that you were thinking that you were going to get, because if you look at the fan base and how the fan base is thinking, they want the star players. They want the Traylon Burks. They want the Drake Londons. They want the Nakobe Deans, but the Devin Lloyds as well. You may not be able to get that. So now you have to really, really do some soul searching. You really have to think when it comes to the draft process now, because they're gonna get something a little bit later, but initially you're not gonna get what you want. So for the Detroit Lions, they have to draft really, really good this season, and they gotta really, really do their homework, because you may not get that star player that you thought that you were going to get. I know a lot of people, we're up and down on the quarterback position. Some people want a quarterback, some people don't. You have to think, when you're thinking about your team, you have to think for the future. When the San Francisco 49ers went out and got Trey Lance, they were thinking for the future. He got an opportunity to play in spot moments and stuff like that. He got a little bit of experience under his belt, but at the same time, Jimmy Garoppolo went out there and he was balling, and he was like, no, I'm not giving up my job just yet. So when you think about a quarterback situation in Detroit or anything like that, you're just thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody has that narrative of, oh, there's no quarterbacks in this draft. What are you talking about, Raw? It's nobody out there. Yes, it is, guys. You just got to have faith that these guys will be able to do what they need to do once they come into the league. Have some confidence in these guys to be able to showcase their stuff, and then give them 3 years, and we'll see where they're at. You know, the same thing that you want to do with the 2021 class that came in. The only guys that really stood out really is Mills and dang, who was the other guy? Mac Jones. And we're talking about a quarterback class that was deep, and everybody wanted a quarterback. So you just gotta have confidence in the draft process, but you want to be able to initially get that player, you know, that you want. But right now, if you're the Detroit Lions, you may not get that guy. So you may have to get the second tier guys.
Make sure you guys subscribe to everybody on the panel, Mark Oram, as well as Raw Detroit. They're dropping a lot of good content on their channels. You can find their information in the featured tab in the featured channels of the Gridiron Blitz's channel. Antonio Hightower, what are your thoughts on the draft and the Lions picking farther back? Does that upset you, or do you don't care? And what does it mean?
At this point, I don't care. I've been saying for months the draft pick was always going to be late. It was always going to be late. It was either probably going to be in the 26-32 range. And at that point, I kind of don't care where you land. And if the goal, because I'm like, hey, it was going to be a late draft pick when we got straight. Everybody knew that. If they wanted a higher draft pick, they should have took the Panthers deal. I know they turned down the Panthers deal because they wanted to appease Stafford. But if they wanted a higher draft pick, they should have went for the Panthers deal. So that's how I feel about the pick. So at this point, I kind of don't care about it. Like they say, you can get a good player anywhere. I like to be higher, obviously, but at this point, it doesn't really matter right now. That's just kind of how my opinions on the draft pick.
Gridiron Blitz. This is going to be a good one here. This is going to be a good question to the Gridiron Blitz. When it comes to Matthew Stafford, what we've been told that the Matthew Stafford, that he was done wrong in Detroit. What do you say to the people that say he's been done wrong in Detroit?
That I can see what you mean, but at the same time, you know what, man? To me, it's like when you think about being a fan, you think about how stupid it really is. I mean, it really is. We are brainwashed into watching one particular team because it's regional. So we have no choice but to watch this team. Then we start loving these people like they know who we are. The franchise doesn't even know who we are. And I have been a big advocate before Dan Campbell got here of the Fords don't give a fart about you. They don't care anything about you. We had cardboard stands, cardboard cutouts that cost $150. Who does that? That's like half a car note. Who does that? We do that. This organization has done nothing for us, but when it comes to, I get that. Matthew Stafford had a voice. He had hundreds of millions of dollars to compensate for his lack of winning. If you want to win, do something about it. For me, I don't understand. We're so attached to a guy because why? We know him. Do we know the girls? Did we meet them? Oh, okay. So what? You met him. Does he know you personally? Why are we fans of the Lions? Does anybody on this organization know who we have? That we spend hundreds of dollars a year or nothing to. Do you know how much a Rams ticket costs? Does anybody know how much a ticket to this game costs coming up? Best guess. $755 to be touching the sky. Okay. But they're going to pay that. We keep doing the same thing. All right. And we act like this guy, we grew up with him. That's Matt Stafford, our buddy. He's a dude who played for our team and he's no longer here. I'm with my team. I just can't understand. And none of this stuff is directed at Mark, but I can't understand how, when it comes to fan, man, I would never fight you, but I will ride with my team. I'm either my team or nothing. You're either here or you're not. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, doesn't matter. Once you step out of the Honolulu Blue, you are gone. That's it. That's it. I can't do anymore. I'm not going to say you're a fake fan if you want to root for Matthew Stafford. For me, it's Honolulu Blue, man. I'm sitting on that plane going to LA repped up, and it's everybody up in there, so that's me, man. And that felt great. Me against the world, because that's what Detroit is. We don't run away from stuff. That's what we do. So for me, I can't roll with him, bro. He's just not my guy. That's it.
What would you have to say to the fans that say, well, look, it's not Stafford's fault at all. What occurred here is Stafford had really nothing to do with it. And you're just a salty Lions fan that he's doing good over there in the Rams, and you get what you deserve, that the Lions are bad and the Rams are probably going to go to the Super Bowl with Stafford.
I would say that they were right about the Lions are bad. I would say you have no idea. You have no idea. A lot of people, being in Detroit, man, it's a different beast. It's gritty here. A lot of people rep Detroit from all over, and they have their own personal reasons. I live here. Bro. I see the empty houses. You know what I would have done with Jared Goff? I would have taken Jared Goff raggedy. I'm talking about 7 Mile and Van Dyke. I want him to see these houses, see what winning means to this city, because this is what we have. That's what this city is. It's about rebuilding. So I would say the Lions do suck. People think they clapping back at me because, man, your team sucks. Yes, they do. Like, you got it? Anything else? Say yeah, but I'm still here. So either I am going to roll with this team or I'm not. I'm not going to roll with X teams, X players. It's just not. Cliff Averill, he went and did his thing. Congratulations. What's his name? Ashawn Robinson. He winning. Listen, Matthew Stafford wins, man. I'm eating 2 of these. You see this? 2 of these. 2 of these because I'm a man of my word. I'm loyal.
You got a fan statement here from Kevin. He says,
what's up, fan statement?
You are the one obsessing about Stafford and making it about him or the team. No
Wait,
one
who is this?
obsesses about him like you. No one is choosing Stafford over their team.
Oh, really? Really? Okay. You know what? Let's go to Lions Twitter, because Lions Twitter is the best thing possible. Let me bring in Lions Twitter. Mark, let me ask you a question, bro, because you are very active on Twitter.
Too much.
Do you think, honestly, personal opinion, that some people would choose Matthew Stafford against the Detroit Lions?
I think on Twitter, yes.
On Twitter, yeah.
There is. Yeah. I am noticing that the love for Stafford is completely overboard. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. See, me and Mark.
There was a video of a guy. And I'm sure you guys have already seen it. Of a guy in a Stafford jersey watching the game and literally
jumping up and down
his mind. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna try and find that.
Up and down.
Yeah.
I was like, woo, that guy's real. I'm like, that guy, his girlfriend's videotaping it. It's pretty funny. And he was getting absolutely destroyed in that video by a lot of people.
Oh, really? Like Lions fans?
Lions fans were on him. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying, man, you're such a loser. I can't believe this. And I was like, oh man, I give the guy a break. He was a little bit overboard. He was a lot overboard actually, but he was just going for Stafford. It was insane though. It was something that I haven't seen anything like that. It felt like I thought the Lions were in the playoffs. That's what it felt.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm not. Bipolar says like Real was declined by a girlfriend he hates forever. No, I got an ex-wife. We cool. We wasn't always there, and I'll make ex-wife analogies all the time. But no, sir. My loyalty is with my current wife. It's not with her. I'm not calling her a boo-boo. I hope he giving you everything you need. Oh yeah, that's right. I no, it ain't happening, man. So it ain't no ex-girlfriend stuff. That's what makes me a fan, man. Like I think there's no winning. There's no right. There's no wrong. I think it all depends on how a person feels. And for me, I am loyal. It's either the team or bust, man. The staff. You know what I think it is? I think it's the baby face. When he first got here, it was nothing but this chubby baby face. And I think it's the baby face because people are like, oh my God, I can't believe like Stafford. They're living through Stafford. Pick another fan base. Go be a Rams fan. Go be a Rams fan because you choose to be a Lions fan and you choose so you can choose to be a Rams fan. How can you root for a guy who doesn't play for your team? That's just it. If you feel like the team did him so dirty, then walk away from the team. Walk away from the team. You're still here. You're at Ford Field, but you're watching Stafford on the cell phone. What are you doing here?
You know why though?
Byler Punter, he's a troll though. Go ahead.
You know why though, bro? You know why people like this? That the reason why we're having this stream too.
Yeah.
That for 12 years, like you said, all it was divided. All it was it was either you were hating Stafford or you were loving him. There were guys that wanted him out, man. The second he was drafted, there was people. And then there was the other group going, give this kid a chance. Give this kid a chance. And then it's been like this for 12 years.
It has. You either love him or hate him.
We were just so deep. We were so deep into the into this argument that he's good enough to win. And and it was like, I guarantee you, he goes to another team, he's going to win. That's what the big argument
I said that, Mark. I'm on tape saying that. I'm on tape saying that. My thing is the fact that, see, I really, and I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I really don't think, I think it's a, Y'all might get mad at me for this, but I think there are two type of Lions fans. I think there's the in-house, kind of like if you live in or around the city, and then there are the other side. I don't think that like one is better than the other, Mark. So if you're not local, I'm not taking a shot at you, but when you're in the city, you're on Gratiot and 7 Mile. You're on 94. You're on 75 as they do their 8-year project. You know all the bad stuff that comes with our city. I think this is bigger than Matthew Stafford. I think that this is bigger than Matthew Stafford, which comes back to your point that this is about the Ford organization as well. Matthew Stafford is getting so much praise. You know what I saw from Barstool Sports today? Stafford, last 2 weeks, 2 playoff wins. Lions in the last 60-something years won. The Lions are the worst organization, and I'm like, a lot of that stuff is true. But when you're here in the city, that stuff doesn't feel good. And I don't think that it's fair what they're doing to Stafford because he's no longer here, because those same people did the same. They didn't talk like that when he was. Do y'all ever believe Stafford actually was going to win the MVP? We're all Lions fans. When he was lighting up the league, what was the best we could say? Dark horse. We never were confident that this man had a chance to win the MVP. He's not even in a Rams uniform yet, and he's tied with Lamar Jackson. I have a problem with that. It goes beyond Matthew Stafford for me. It's about my city, bro. And I don't think people understand that.
What do you say, Mark, to the folks that say if you root for Stafford to win, that you're not a Lions fan?
I think that's completely false. I think that's completely false. Like I said before, I am not a Rams fan. I never have been. I never will be. But I have this thing with Matthew Stafford that I will fight to the death about how good of a quarterback he is. And I thought we should have won with him here. I'm not saying he's elite. I never thought he was elite. I think he was just a really, really good quarterback. Now, just because I want to see him succeed, it doesn't mean that I'm not a Lions fan. I bleed Honolulu blue and silver. I've been a Lions fan since for 40 plus years. I'm 48 years old, about to turn 49. I don't need nobody telling me that I'm not a Lions fan, because that ain't true. That is not true. I just my whole gripe, man, it was just I've been fighting so long by saying how good I think of a quarterback that is, that you can win with him, that now it's finally coming to the fact that it's happening. It's happening now, and we're witnessing it. That's what really gets to me. And my gripe is big time with his organization. So they need to step up, man. And
hey,
literally,
Mike, can you highlight Ray's comment for me, please?
Which one?
If you see it, Ray Barrios.
As a Rams fan, I'm not even...
While that looks for it, I'm going to ask TA a question really quick.
Okay.
TA, why is there a big divide with you either love Stafford or hate Stafford?
I mean, it's simply this. You know, you got your people that love Stafford, and you got your people that don't love Stafford. You know, you can remember some of the things that he's done, all the pick sixes, and how you were punching your TV on Sundays. You remember those things. And how you were saying that if he does another bonehead play, I want him out of here. And then you got the fans that when Stafford was winning games in the fourth quarter, he was doing his thing. No, it's no knock to Stafford.
Hey, TA, hold on. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna let you finish. I got two things. Spirit of Detroit. You want to get in here, but you gotta, keep it clean. And King Howie. Let's troll him for a minute. This is one of my dudes. He been a member for 12 months. And he says this is hilarious. He is a Green Bay Packer fan. So he's taking a shot on us. But hey, KHTV, how does it feel, bro? You at the crib, man. You at the crib. One title. About to lose your quarterback. So I had to do a friendly troll. But go ahead, Noble.
Yeah. So basically, when it comes down to it, you just got two groups of fans that some people want to see Stafford succeed because he never could get it done in Detroit. And they're still saying, hey, I still like Stafford, even though he's not on his team anymore. And then you got the people that's like, rah, 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 I don't care what he does, or, it doesn't matter. He's not a part of this organization anymore. And so it's just we've always been divided, man. We're divided on a lot of different things in Detroit when it comes to the players and situations in Detroit. But
we can't even get along on YouTube.
Exactly. so you know we can't get along with anything else.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that Stafford is doing his thing, man. And if he happens to win, okay, hey, I have to give him his props. You have to give a man props where it's due. He went over there and won. But could he do that if he went to a Cleveland Browns? Could he do that if he went to Washington? He went to a great situation where it was already a team built and ready for him to go. All they needed was a missing piece to the puzzle. And if he wins the Super Bowl, then he'll be that missing piece that they needed. I mean, okay, take it. They also added OBJ and they added Von Miller as well. But at the same time, you recognize that this Rams team was a great team already.
Thank you, T. I got to jump in here, bro. I'm sorry.
Could he do that in Cleveland?
I'm sorry, man.
In Cleveland?
This guy right here, Breeze. He kind of a mini troll. So if Stafford wins the Super Bowl, it sends the message that the Detroit Lions were unsuccessful to build a team around him because he's capable of winning in regular season than in postseason. Of course, it sends that message. I have never been against. I have never been against Matthew Stafford and his ability to win. He went. You literally plucked Jared Goff out and put him in a toilet bowl. Matthew Stafford has everything. Oh, Robert Woods goes down. Here comes OBJ. I'm not going to play for anybody. Why? I'm just going to sit here and do nothing until the Rams pick me up. Okay? Come on, man. We saw Jared Goff in the same situation. This guy has to finish what he started. I don't understand this. The moment Jared Goff got here, he's boo-boo. He is boo-boo. He's the same quarterback he was, except he was dropped in a toilet bowl. No tissue. It's straight Corona. All Corona. You at the store, no tissue, no baby wipes, no nothing. That's what this team is. Stafford went to a place to win.
Is the Super Bowl or bust?
Super Bowl or bust. If Stafford wins the bowl, I got two of these. Went to Meyer. I got two of them. Be sure you watch me eat both of these back to back if he wins it. It is Super Bowl or bust. That's why they got him. All these Lions fans. Well, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Oh, he did it. I knew he could do it. No, we all knew he could do it. Right. Okay. They got him to win a Super Bowl as they tossed Jared Goff like the dude, like the Wilhelm scream. Just sent him out. Nothing. This is disgusting to me, bro. It is disgusting.
And we should be mad at the organization, Grid.
I am mad at the organization, 100%. Mark, before you got onto YouTube, I was done with them. I was done with them.
Yeah.
I was done with them.
I was talking to Lomas Brown.
Yeah, shout out to Lomas.
Super Bowl or bust?
Shout out Lomas.
He said yes.
Absolutely.
Mark Orem.
Regarding Stafford, right?
Regarding Stafford.
Yeah.
Super Bowl or bust?
Super Bowl or bust? Like, what do you mean by that? Like,
he has to win a Super Bowl, or it doesn't really mean anything because Jared Goff took the Rams to a Super Bowl. He didn't win it, but he took them there.
Well, yeah. Todd Gurley did, but.
Okay, wait a minute, Mark. Did Todd Gurley bring them back when they were trailing Patrick Mahomes, though?
What's that?
When it was 104 points scored, third highest scoring game. That was Goff. Goff had a lot to do with that.
I'm not saying Jared Goff didn't. Hey, I'm not saying Jared Goff didn't do his thing in LA because he did. He did it for a couple years, man. And then I don't know, something happened between him and McVay. You know, there was some text messages going on, and then there was just miscommunication. Whatever happened there, whatever happened, Goff had a good situation going. We don't know what happened between what him and his head coach. Something happened there. So, but Super Bowl or bust, I don't know. Like, I think in order to I think Matthew Stafford he's already proven that he can win some playoff games with a good team. Okay. It's not just him, but I'm not really feeling the Super Bowl or bust thing here. I think they have a really good chance to. Their Achilles heel has been the San Francisco 49ers. They have not beat them.
Bang Niner game.
That is a big game. And I always said, man, it's really hard to win 3 games against a pretty good football team in a season. That's going to be real hard. If you look at those percentages, I think this favors the LA Rams. And but no, I'm not feeling it's a Super Bowl or bust feel. I think he's already proven that he can win some playoff games. So he's already done that. But winning a Super Bowl is just the icing on the cake, man. That's going to be tough.
The narrative is that Matthew Stafford was, the greatest thing since sliced bread in Detroit. And they went all in by trade for Stafford. If they go to the Super Bowl and lose, like did Jared Goff, what does that mean for Stafford and the organization?
You asking me?
Yep, because grid just went off.
Oh, okay. I don't think. Okay, ask that question again, Mike. I'm sorry. Ask it again.
The Rams traded for Matthew Stafford to win a Super Bowl. That's the point. Okay, so that's what they wanted to do. If the Rams go to a Super Bowl and lose, like Jared Goff did, what does that mean for the legacy of Stafford? Because Jared Goff took him to a Super Bowl. If Stafford takes him to a Super Bowl and lose just like Jared Goff, what does that mean for Stafford? And what does that mean for the Lions and Rams organization as a whole?
Well, I think the whole point of the NFL and all 32 teams is to win a Super Bowl. But yes, that trade, giving up a lot of future, giving up a ton of future, giving up a third too as well, giving up a player in Jared Goff. It was Super Bowl bust for the LA Rams. It most definitely was. And it will be a failure for the Rams if they don't win it. It really will be. And I'm sure all the blame will go on number 9. He will get he will get from every angle. They will destroy that man. And, you know, some will say that it's justified. Some will say that it's not. I'm one of those guys. Have to see the game first because they tried to blow it last night. The Rams really did try to blow it last night. I don't know what they were really trying to think, what they were trying to do. But for the Lions organization, I think we won that deal. We won that deal still. We still got 2 future firsts. We got Jared Goff, who did play well down the stretch the last month and a half of football, and we got the picks. So I'm not saying Jared Goff is our future quarterback, but I do like the way he played the last month and a half. Let's see what we can do in 2022. So for the Rams, it will be a failure if they don't win, and then for the Lions, I still think we won that deal.
Antonio Hightower, is this a Super Bowl or bust for Stafford? If Stafford loses, he loses next week, if he loses the Super Bowl, should his legacy be tarnished?
Well, I think it would depend on how the loss went. For example, if he lost that Tampa Bay game, the way that game was going, let's just say all the Cooper Cup stuff doesn't happen, it would be hard for me to put a loss like that on him because what happened in that game, which is insanity. If he plays, like if he goes to San Francisco, he plays bad, or he goes to the Super Bowl and plays bad, then I think that will probably tarnish his legacy. But if he goes out there, plays his butt off, and then they still lose, I don't think that's going to affect his legacy. Because in the end, I do think, I agree with Mark. I don't think Super Bowl bust for Stafford. I think it's Super Bowl bust for the Rams. Although I think his performance will matter in terms of affecting his legacy.
Why are we letting Stafford off the hook? How is it not Super Bowl? He chose the Rams. They literally plucked him out, took out Jared Goff, and dropped him in the Rams.
Oh, he's part of it.
How is he?
How is he not
part of it? He's part of it.
Yeah.
You can't just say he's completely off the hook. No.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's not off the hook. He chose where he wanted to go. I don't want to go to Carolina. I don't want to go there. I want to go to the Rams. They got Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Boo Boo, Hot Tubs, and Sean McVay, Cabo. Come on, man. Does anybody else think tampering was involved? Does anybody else think tampering might have been involved in this?
100% there was. 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing is made of this. And then all of a sudden, he on every magazine cover. When he was in Detroit, he was in the bathroom, the toilet stall, because it's more than just Stafford.
Well, it's LA, man. It's LA.
Look, I went to LA. I didn't want to come back.
You know, man. You've been there.
Yeah, I called my wife. I was like, "Can we move here?" I was there for 5 days, Mark. I was in Inglewood, and I was ready to move there. I'm telling you, man. I had a blast in LA.
I'll say, Greg. I think a lot of it, what you're saying about Stafford and how they treat him different, it's about the organization, right? And the organization, for a while, the organization's been looked down upon by the rest of the NFL. People don't want to care about them. Like you said, every time we keep seeing Lions fans go to other places and have success. We keep seeing Lions legends not having success when they're on the team. Guys speaking out. Barry wasn't on a good standing for the organization for a while. Calvin wasn't on a good standing for the organization for a while. I think it all stems from an organizational standpoint, and it will until they change that narrative. Remember, everybody thought the Cincinnati Bengals were the losers of the NFL. We would kill them every single week. And now people love them. They're in the AFC Championship game because their organization proved they were worthy of redemption. We got to prove we are worthy of redemption. We haven't done it yet. We've laid the groundwork, but we still got to get to the point that we can prove as an organization.
Everybody loves a winner, man. Everybody loves a winner.
You gotta right now. You gotta prove that people should care about you, because all we've done is proven why people shouldn't care about us.
Yeah, I can not retaliate. I can rebuttal that. I'm trying to get all violent. I can rebuttal that. I am a big NFL narrative. Big. I think that the Detroit Lions, for whatever reason, are at the bottom, and they've been held at the bottom on purpose. Why have no other team been as cheated as we have? Okay. Clearly down. That was clearly a catch. That wasn't a face mask. What are we doing, right? No other team has been cheated as much as the Detroit Lions and Dallas Cowboy fans are whining about their little Dak Prescott situation, right? So I think that the NFL has something to do with that too, Antonio. I do believe that the Fords have a big role to play with the stupid decisions, the Marty Morningwigs, the Matt Millens, all of that stuff, the Rod Marinellis. So yes, that was William Ford not getting out of the way. So I agree with you 100%. That's why I think the NFL narrative is about to change. So I don't think it's just the players, guys. I've been a huge NFL narrative fan for since the hands to the face game in Green Bay, October, 2019. That's when it came a reality. So I am big on that train. So I think that the Detroit Lions do need to do more. At the same time, the league wants to oppress them as well. Why? How else do we explain really, really bad calls? And maybe that's why Stafford left. Look, they're not going to do that junk in LA. You kicked Ndamukong Suh yesterday, and they caught him. So, hey.
Now we're about to get really controversial here because I got a question. But first off, as this controversial takes place, if you are a person who likes lame content, Detroit Lions lame content, make sure you subscribe to everybody on this channel because that's what we are. And make sure you get that like button as well, as we got 157 in the chat. TA Noble Sports is here comes controversy. It needs to be talked about.
Oh, boy.
Matthew Stafford has talked about like I've never seen. I've been a fan for a long time in Detroit. Why isn't Barry Sanders the greatest Detroit Lions player? I think one of the greatest running back to ever exist. Get to talk like Matthew Stafford. Why does not Calvin Johnson, Megatron, the greatest Detroit Lions wide receiver, one of the most humblest man on the planet, get the treatment of Matthew Stafford? They were done bad, in my opinion. Stafford got to go where he wanted to go. Why is there a difference between those two and Stafford?
It's simply this, and it's only one word to say, really, and that's the quarterback position. He plays the most important position on the team, the quarterback. The quarterback is always going to be over-glorified than the running back and the wide receiver position. So when it comes down to it, Mike, that's what it's all about. It's about that quarterback position. That's the reason why people are loving on Stafford. And when it came to Barry Sanders, there were some things that were questionable with him as well as Calvin Johnson. But we're not going to get into that right now. But at the same time, it's just about the position. It's the quarterback position. It's the position that everybody looks at. And when you look at that quarterback position, Matthew Stafford has been here for a very, very long time. So we have to put a microscope on him because of it.
We talk about microscope. Apparently, that's pretty close to my name, by the way. So I just want to say that. But I'm going to take a microscope to the Gridiron Blitz. Why do you think that the greatest of all time, Barry Sanders, and probably the second greatest in Detroit Lions history, Calvin Johnson, who is an outstanding human being, these both guys are top of the line professionals? Why don't they get talked about being done wrong like Matthew Stafford being done wrong?
Man, there's so many factors. It's this, I think Matthew Stafford has I don't know, man. People want to love him. I'm not saying they don't want to do that with Calvin, but I think with Matthew, he touched the ball every offensive snap. You just want to love him, and he played for 8 straight years and 12 years, and he put up all these stats. I think that has a lot to do with it too. The greatest quarterback of Lions history. And I think we can't. I remember I was 21 years old. No, I just turned 20. Barry Sanders retired. I was devastated, absolutely devastated. I remember And when Calvin Johnson retired in 2016, whatever it was, I thought the world. I'm like, wow, man, he's still kind of in his prime and he about to let it go. But I've never seen this. And I just think it has something to do with, I don't know, man. I think Stafford, because he was the face of the franchise. When you went to like the Ford app, the Lions app, Stafford popped up. He would, as the page was loading, it was him. It wasn't like him and 5 other players. It was him. And I think because he's been the face of the organization longer than those 2 gentlemen, I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
What do you think about that? Antonio Hightower.
Are you talking about how the organization treated? Because Calvin and Barry is weird situations. I see that. I mean, most of the time I see that Calvin gets a lot of love. I've seen a little bit more hate recently for how he handled his situation, but the majority I've seen love from him, and same with Barry. I think the only difference with Stafford, I think part of it is the organization wanted to let him go at the same time, because I think they understood they were going into a rebuild. He's getting old. He's injury prone, because the whole thing about the Stafford thing was both sides mutually agreed this probably just isn't going to work. It's better for you to move on. It's better for I to move on while we can still get some. I think that's probably the difference. The fan base, I still think the fan base, honestly, I think they probably support Calvin and Barry more than Stafford. And I think if they left in the way that Stafford would help, I think it would probably be more support for them. But from an organization standpoint, I think it's partially because the organization, I think they finally understood they needed to rebuild. Because I think what the Lions always did for a very long time is they kept trying to push to compete. Oh, let's go get this guy. Let's go get that guy. Let's go get a Rick Wagner. Let's go get a what's the guy? Haloti Nada. Let's go to get a Golden Tate, just for all that to go for nowhere. I think they finally understood it's time. You got to build up from the ground up. I think that's probably the biggest difference from an organizational standpoint.
Man, we had a fantastic conversation here, a great freaking debate, a master debate right here. Really, really good. Let's do some final thoughts, though. TA, Raw Detroit, what do you got to say to the folks when we close this bad boy out?
Hey, we appreciate everybody that came on today and rocked out with us. We're going to do more stuff like this when it pops up. Those hard topics, things that people love to talk about. Matthew Stafford, whatever, the Lions, the organization, period. We could talk about them selling the team or whatever, whatever you guys want to talk about. But it was a great show. And definitely, man, we love you guys. Appreciate you guys for chipping in. And I got some more work coming out for you on Raw Detroit with the prospects. So be ready for that.
Antonio Hightower, we got to say we close this bad boy out.
That was great coming on with you guys. This is a very controversial discussion. It's an interesting discussion. It seems like everybody's kind of on their side, and neither side is kind of willing to budge. So it's interesting having this debate. Can't wait to move on from this debate. Although I will be watching the Rams, and I don't know if I want to win yet. I don't know. Kyle Shanahan is my favorite NFL coach, but can't wait for the show tomorrow so I can talk about why we should pick Evan Neal. But it was a great debate today.
Mark Oram, man, what you got to say? We close this bad boy out.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for having me. This was a great show. I never really got to answer that Barry Sanders question, though.
Go ahead, Mark.
I don't really think it was. I don't think Stafford gets more love than Barry and Calvin. I just think it's more of a current situation. And I think a lot of Lions fans, and I think that Barry and Calvin, they have it in their minds that those 2 guys quit on the organization. And when that happened, they feel that they quit on them too. I think a lot of people actually feel that. But no way it should be any discussion if Matt Stafford is up there in talent-wise with Barry and Calvin. That's just silly. But Calvin is Calvin, and Stafford was a big part of being Calvin. So, but we just have to come together as a franchise and a team. I love my team, but it's okay, I think, to like other players, to go on and see success. But we got to start pointing the fingers at the organization.
I'm going to go next, and I'll let Grid close the show out. But I appreciate everybody coming in here. Make sure, again, you like the stream, subscribe to Mark Oram, subscribe to Raw Detroit. Let's get these guys up there. We got some new channels here. Want to get them to 2,000 subscribers. So if you haven't done so, again, go to the featured tab under the Gridiron Blitz channel. You'll see Raw Detroit and Mark Orem from Orem's Forum. With that said, folks, I will see you later.
All right, appreciate Mike for moderating, or I should say mediating the chat. Man, I think there's no right or wrong answer. Just like being a fan. I mean, why are you a fan? It's because of what the team represents your city. I mean, that's why. If you think about it, we pay all this money. We go. The players don't know who we are, but it's something about being represented by something, especially when that something is a winner. And I just think that Stafford had a bigger voice than we might have seen. And the Stafford that he is now, I don't know. I don't, his play wise, I know who it is, but his persona, I don't. And I think if he would have had that same persona here, then maybe we do get a team around him. I just think I do believe everybody say he broke his back and all that stuff. He did do all of that, but I do believe that he could have had more of a voice. So I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I don't think that anybody's wrong for rooting. It disgusts me. I want to throw up in my mouth and swallow it. But to me, it's just what you decide. But me, I'm all team. I will never. Stafford is not welcome back here. I'm not going to welcome him back. I'm not going to pull a LeBron James. It ain't no Cleveland. This is for you. Stafford left, and that's the end. So I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And that's just the way that I feel about it. I would never remarry my ex-wife. I'm just put it like that. And I know y'all know me and women. I love the analogy. So with that being said, man, make sure you check out Detroit Lions Syndicate. Is Mike frozen or did he leave or what are you doing?
I'm good. I was just sitting there, bro.
Oh, man, I thought you were going. I didn't even look. So Mark, hey, appreciate you, man. You know, it ain't nothing personal. That's my homie. And we all want the same thing though. We want to win. We want to win. And if you root for Stafford, I throw up, but it's all good. It's all good, man. It is all good. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to check out Mark Orem, Raw Detroit, and MicroMike will be on as well on Thursday. Check out all our videos because we are the best in the business. And yeah, that's right. I said it. Okay. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And go bang, bang, Niner game. Peace.